Okay, now we have started recording. I'm not going to bring any PowerPoint or anything up today. I'll do a lot of housekeeping here first. Okay, Saith is here, Alexander's here, Jessica's here, and William is here. Now, Robert Harris is a work study. He's taking it online. And Taylor DOSH. Does anybody know Taylor DOSH? If I'm not mistaken, I had Taylor in Managerial. He's up around Roanoke, and he takes his test at Virginia Western. Anyway, Taylor, get in contact with me, and I'll be talking with Robert uh, so we know what's going on. We were talking about the textbook, and for you folks online, I want to make sure you get the right textbook and the right edition. So I don't remember which one of these is my, that, I guess that's it. I gotta get familiar with this equipment again. All right, here's the book, Cost Accounting, Foundation Evolution. It is by whatever that first, Kenny and Raiborn, Raiborn. It is Cengage Learning, and it is the 9th edition. All right, so you folks that are online, you now can get the correct book. It's still available many places. Did they show a 10th edition, Jessica, when you looked it up?
I'm not sure.
Well, we heard there was a 10th edition. That's what I was going to order, but it didn't come through the bookstore or anywhere, so we don't have the 10th edition. All right. Alexander, you had managerial accounting. And Jessica, you had managerial accounting. And say, I don't think you did you? All right. Now these are syllabuses, and they don't mean a whole lot. I don't go over it much with you, except my office hours are on there. Ooh, I got the wrong office hours on the first page. It's 12 noon to 4, not 10 to 4.
And no, it doesn't show a 10th edition.
What?
It doesn't show a 10th edition.
Oh, okay. I've got the required text on here also. I got the ISBN number. Hope that's the right one. And I'm not requiring Cengage like we do in principles. You get the books, that'll be enough. All right, live text, that's for the end of the semester, you don't really need to know about it. Evaluation, of course, is 3 tests, 4 tests. Assignments, I'll put them on Moodle or give them to you daily. If worst comes to worst, you can look at the syllabus, and I have some assignments there. And pretty much what chapters we'll cover. Now that's all subject to change on assignments. We have to put a lot of stuff in here just to be put in it. Hoping I had something from online students. Testing and procedures. Students in online and hybrid courses in the School of Business have the option of coming to BSC for a course examination or securing testing accommodation at a testing site that we approve of. Of course, I like for you to come to class if you can, take the test. If not, we have to have an approved site. We have something here called Proctor. Have you all heard of it? Have you used it, Jessica? I think you have to pay a fee, don't you? So I don't want you to have to pay a fee to take a test. And we administrate that here on campus. Uh, they have pretty good security on it, thank goodness. Okay, you don't have a book. I'm going to just leave this on for a moment. Now, managerial accounting that two of you had will make this course pretty easy for you. It's a lot of the same stuff, but it has some additions. It has maybe more in depth on a couple of chapters. This is not a hard textbook. There's harder cost accounting textbooks, whereas you get into a lot of calculus. We don't get into calculus. But anyhow, now Jessica, you're a full-blown accounting major, right? Accountancy or accounting, business.
Accountancy.
How about you, William? What are you?
It's the business administration with accounting.
Okay. What do you say?
It's accounting.
Accountancy? How about you, Alexander?
Accountancy.
All right. There's just four of you. And I don't know about, now let's see, Robert Harris, he's accounting minor. He don't need taxes too. And he either just needed managerial or cost. Accounting minor. And this other guy, I don't know. So what I'm saying, you four, you will get to know one another through next year. We'll be taking governmental together and advanced together. Computerized accounting, that's accounting information system. You're taking auditing, a lot of classes. And they're going to be small classes. Last year we graduated 14 in accounting. Those days are gone. Our enrollment has dropped at Bluefield State. It has dropped in the School of Business. New administration, new president. He's got people in admissions, and they're going to do some hard recruiting. And I hope it works for Bluefield State. And Jessica, why do you think people don't want to major in accounting?
It's hard. It's not one of the easy majors. You actually have to learn stuff, know what you're doing.
You actually have to learn stuff. That's a good statement. You actually learn. The next few days, every day, you're going to learn in taxes. You're going to learn a lot in taxes. But you're going to learn a lot of cost too, I hope. I've heard students say, I want it easy. I'm going to major in marketing or some other major. All I can say is there's more jobs in accounting than any other field. We have demand. Our accounting majors, one young man, one of the best students I ever had, Jacob Carey, he had a 4.0 up here. He was valedictorian. He went on to Oklahoma and he got a master's MBA. And he's working for a bank now. He's from New Zealand, so he's here on a visa. And he's dating one of my former students' daughter. I said, won't you marry her and get citizenship easy? He said, they don't want to get married for that reason, even though they've been together for 2 years out in Oklahoma. Anyhow, he said his MBA class required managerial accounting. He said he didn't have to study. It's the same thing he had here. But it was required in MBA degree, some Oklahoma university. So he said it made it easy. He said he also had a 4 on his MBA. So we have students that go on and get their MBA, and some get their CPA, and some work locally. I have one fellow up in Charleston with the IRS. I have one young lady graduated in accounting down at Brown and Edwards. There's jobs. And I have a couple that works at banks. I had one last year. Jessica, did you know Tanda Southern? Tanda, you didn't know Tanda? She manages Bojangles, I guess. And they offered her an accounting job at corporate, and she declined it, so she went to work at a bank. And anyway, Bojangles was paying her a heck of a salary just to manage a restaurant. She was making over 50. So, accounting, any degree should make you work smarter, not harder. Accounting students can be managers. A management student with accounting principles cannot be an accountant. Most of your chief financial officers, most of your presidents in this country, if you did some background research on the top 100, Chrysler, Ford, Chevrolet, if you go down these 100 companies, they've probably got a degree in finance or accounting. And they're making in the millions when it comes to salary. So, accounting, I really think, is the degree to have from college. It's been good to me, and I'm about ready to hang it up after a lot of years. I turned in my letter finally. I'll miss it. But I had a lot of good offers in corporate and mining. I had offers of being a controller. The one job I regret turning down, I had community college offer at Mountain Empire Community College, Paul D. King. But one job offer I regret turning down was Ferrum College. They needed a business manager, and I could pick any course I wanted any time during the day to teach. And I would have been over the accounting, data process, and so on. Well, a year after I turned that job down, the financial vice president had to retire, and I would have taken his place. And they offered me use of their swimming pool and horseback riding. I could rent their best house on campus for $100 a month. I could buy my furniture through the college and get discounts. They'd made me an offer that was hard to turn down. Don't know why I did turn it down. But I'm here. I'm just saying accounting has a lot of opportunities. So I hope you four stick with it, be determined, and when it gets rough, just keep on going, okay? You'll have complaints. You'll have courses you don't like a whole lot, but get through them. Okay, this course I hope you do like. The first chapter, I don't even put on the test. So, when you get around to getting your book, don't even read the first chapter. You can skip it. Start reading chapter 2. Chapter 2 is where the meat of cost accounting might begin. In chapter 2, I'm just going to flash a few terms up here to you in chapter 1. And financial accounting. That's what you study in principles. You learn the balance sheets and debits and credits and journal entries. In intermediate accounting, you learn the balance sheet better and the income statement better. Cash flow better, ratios maybe better. So intermediate is just principles, taught a little deeper. Like cost is managerial, taught a little deeper. Cost accounting is geared toward manufacturing accounting. Can you all name any manufacturers in Bluefield, West Virginia or nearby? We know a service business. You have banks and you have beauty shops and barber shops. Of course, Alexandria, they don't know where those barber shops are. Have to kid you a little bit there.
Now, when they sell barbed wire,
So, Bob Barker. So he takes kidding good. That's what I like about you all. And the retail businesses, like at the mall and the service stations, and Walmart and so forth. And we have nonprofit businesses like churches, and we have governmental, and they hire a lot of accountants. In West Virginia has state auditors. We have accountants up here in the business area at the college. Accountants are needed. Now, cost accounting, we make something. We manufacture something. In financial accounting, we have purchases. We have merchandise inventory. But in cost accounting, we still have merchandise inventory, but we make it. All right. Financial accounting follows GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles. Cost accounting don't have to. We've got procedures we follow. Now, there is another certification which is recognized now equal to or higher than the CPA, which is the Certified Managerial Accountant. A lot of corporations like to hire you, and there's a test for that also. It has managerial accounting and cost accounting in it. All right, so we make something. Where in Bluefield do we make anything?
Well, the trailer parks, they make meth.
The what?
Komatsu. They do mining equipment.
Mining equipment. And what'd you say? What?
I said in the trailer parks, they make meth.
You know, they are manufacturing, aren't they?
They are.
They're making a product for resale.
For consumption.
I just saw on the news where they, I don't know, it was 100 tons of meth that they confiscated. 100 pounds or 100 tons.
Please let it be 100 pounds.
There's a lot of meth, wasn't it? All right. But yeah, if you make anything. Now, Wolf Industries down here, they make cleaning stuff, don't they? They're manufacturing. If you have a Pepsi bottling plant, they're manufacturing, or Coca-Cola. If you see a house being built, that is manufacturing. Construction is making something. If you see a new road going in, that's construction, they're making something. All right? If we ever see that new dorm go up, they're making something. Where's that dorm going to be now? It's supposed to be over here at the tennis court coming up, but now it's going to be down here, isn't it?
And we don't have parking as it is. So, not sure how that's going to work.
It's not.
You're right.
Well, you all will be out of here before you see that dorm. But there is a lot of parking over near the highway, isn't there?
Nobody is walking from the pit of the steps to come over here. That is a death sentence.
Long way, isn't it? I agree. If they had a shuttle, that would help. If they had a shuttle coming over there here. But yeah, they'll have to do something about parking, especially if the enrollment increases. Right now, it's probably no problem to get a parking place.
Sometimes.
Or you might not get one in front of the building, but you always get a parking spot down here. Just have to walk up the stairs. But anyway, construction is making something. Arts and crafts are making something. You see them up here at Tamarack. A lot of people in West Virginia make woodwork, quilts. They make things out of coal, don't they? They're manufacturing something. All right. Now, In manufacturing and accounting, unlike principals, we don't have to worry about learning corporations, debits and credits. We don't have to worry, we may look at some ratios or cash flow. We don't have to worry about a lot of things, payroll and so forth that principals have. Okay, cost accounting does have some standards. If I can look at a couple things here under cost accounting. Cost accounting can be viewed as the intersection between financial and management accounting. Cost accounting addresses the demands of the financial and management accounting by providing product or service cost information. All right, it may go to external parties, and it goes mostly to internal managers for planning and controlling and decision making. Now that's the users of cost accounting. Now the government don't use cost accounting like they use financial. The government uses financial accounting for tax returns and audits and so forth. Cost accounting standards. Internal accounting reports do not need to apply with GAAP, but we do have the Institute of Management Accountants, Society of Management Accountants, that's of Canada, and Cost Accounting Standard Board, and the Institute of Management Accountants, IMA. So we do have some boards that say what we learn and teach in accounting. All right, this chapter, the first chapter, which you don't have to read, and if we were talking about management, I'd talk more about organizational structure. I'd talk about the chain of command. I'd talk about the organizational chart. I would talk about the principles of management, organizing and communicating and decision making. But here, an organization is composed of people, resources other than people, and commitments that are required and arranged to achieve strategies and goals. That's our college. They are trying to change. For years, they just let enrollment suck around here. They let it hit rock bottom. Concord had billboards. Bluefield State didn't. Community college has a lot of TV ads. Bluefield State didn't. Southwest Virginia Community College has 8 four-year colleges on campus recruited. Bluefield State didn't. But now, Jeff Hunter now goes down once in a while. He has an office at Southwest Virginia. But other colleges were ahead of us. Emory and Henry recruits from the community colleges. There's so many, even ETSU, Bluefield College, Texas Valley College, then there's colleges in Kentucky and Tennessee that are recruiting at our community colleges. And we have a lot of online competition. You can go to Phoenix University, Arizona, and get any kind of degree you want online. So we have competition. Now, how about population in West Virginia? You know, a good marketing class, if I were teaching a marketing research class, which Dr. Burko does, I would have my students research and make reports on why enrollment has went down here. Is it competition? Is it because we're not doing our job recruiting? Are people having less kids? Is population going down? What is population doing from West Virginia? You all have any idea?
No, I looked it up last semester with Princeton.
I think it's staying around the same, 1.8 million.
I think West Virginia, though, is one of the few states losing population. West Virginia, California,
1.806 million.
1 point what?
1.806 million in 2018.
2018. Check 2012.
$1.857.
So we're going up or down?
Down. It's all five.
What? All right, so we are losing population. You know, you can compare all years from. One thing, the coal industry started dropping in West Virginia. And West Virginia needs more manufacturing businesses. All right? West Virginia has plenty of service businesses, but they need more manufacturing. They have their government, they have their service, they have their retailing. Now they need manufacturing. One concept here is value chain. Value chain is a marketing concept. Strategic management foundation is the value chain which is used to identify the upstream and downstream organizational process that lead to cost leadership or product deterioration. The value chain is a set of value-added functions or processes that convert inputs into products and services for a company customers. That's everything you add to a product. Again, not on a test. All right, one main point in chapter 1 is professional ethics. What occupation would you all say is the most unethical?
Politician.
Probably politician. And coming down from politician would be what, lawyers? Because most politicians are lawyers. And anyway, some of you might or you might not say an abortion doctor is unethical. You may or may not, that's your own opinion. You may be pro-life or you may be what's the other side of it? Pro-life or pro-abortion?
Pro-choice.
Pro-choice, that's it, that's what I was looking for. They got too long watching that Clemson ball game last night with LSU. All right, but professional ethics we need in accounting. Now, we had a professor at the community college. He was hard. I did not recommend him, but anyway, the dean of that department, School of Business, wanted him because he had his son in softball coach when he was younger or something like that. But this fellow lied about having a CPA. And this fellow went to work at UVA in Wise, Clinch Valley. I'm glad they had him when IRS got him. He was having people in his community falsifying work records, got a restaurant to falsify W-2s so he could file for these low-income people and get them unearned income credit, earned income credit, and splitting their paycheck with him. And he went up here to Beckley for 2 or 3 years. Now that's unethical in accounting. And we've had CPAs to lose their license. and what have you. We've had bankers that are unethical. We've had doctors that are unethical. They're selling some of those pills that, not meth, I don't guess, but pills, just prescribing pills that should be controlled substances, I guess. They've been liberal. So, we will look at some ethical standards. Some of these you've seen in other forms. Again, these are not on test. Just a way to get us through chapter 1 and forget about it. Each member, integrity, has a responsibility to mitigate, I guess, actual conflicts of interest. Refrain from engaging in any conduct that would prejudice carrying out your duties. Abstain from engaging in or supporting any activity that might discredit the profession. Any accounting job. Now in taxes, we put a whole lot of emphasis on confidentiality. You all can't go around here and talk about people's tax returns. All right? Each member, credibility. Communicate information fairly. Disclose all relevant information. Disclose delays or deficiencies. Time, process, internal control. All right? Resolution of ethical conflict. It says discuss the issue with your supervisor. Clarify relevant issues. Consult your own attorney if you have to. But anyway, if you are ethical, you have integrity. Okay? And we've talked about that before, and we won't labor it no further. This country today, President Trump accuses some of the media, like CNN and MSNBC, of being fake news. If it is fake news, that's unethical, isn't it? Well, if they don't have proof to back something up, that's unethical. President Trump's probably done some unethical things. Some people think he's has a habit of lying. If he does, that's unethical. Our Congress people and our senators, whether they be Republicans or Democrats, have done unethical things. All right. That is the chapter that we can forget about. But the chapter I want you to read is chapter 2. And getting into some cost terminology. And the terminology I want to look at with you today now this is important. This is chapter 2, which I want you to read. But in cost accounting, we have 3 inventories. In retail accounting, we have merchandise inventory. In the service business, we have no inventory. Governmental business, no inventory. But here we have raw materials inventory. We have work in process inventory. And we have finished goods. That's good for resale. Work in process means they're half finished, or 1/3 finished, or 80% finished. You know, we do have an automobile manufacturing area. Up around Pulaski, Virginia, we have Volvo trucks being built. Has anybody ever seen that factory going up Interstate 81? big Volvo truck plant. Now, when you go through Parisburg, they used to make Corningware over there. They used to make Corningware. Jessica, do you own any Corningware? Your parents? You all know what I'm talking about? Corningware? Well, I just discovered yesterday